Thermal imaging camera with me today. You can see we got our tech here. No good. Don't like it. Nothing good about it. I've never seen this in my life. He's trimming off his broom bristles with a grinder. Hey Chris, now that's a nice level.
The big, long leg level.
Taller than you, Chris. This is my kind of level. Look at that. Ingenuity. Take a big level, turn it into a small one. Easy to transport. Still works. Big time.
What do you got, shitty windows? Huh? What's your fucking problem? Huh? What do you want to live nice? You want to live in a comfortable house? Huh? Some fucking believe. I don't want to protect you. Get the fuck away.
You need a whip.
Double whip.
Double whip.
That's the sound of air not being able to leak out of the window. My name's Ian. I'm the owner of Timber Pointe Home Inspection. Today we got another wonderful morning ahead of us. We're going to be doing another inspection for Ecoline windows. We're going to be installing some new windows for these homeowners. It's a nice chilly morning, so we're going to get to see what it's like to do a window replacement when it's a little bit colder outside. We're going to see how quick these guys can do it, and it'll be exciting. Look how big that thing is.
Uh-huh. Are you jealous?
Oh yeah, that's got some power for sure. Okay, we're just on the back side of this house. We're just having a walk around, taking a look at the old windows that are in place. Again, these aren't very old windows. They're maybe, 20, 25 years old. They look like, from the outside, they look like they're in decent shape, but I can guarantee you that these are going to be leaky. They're going to be drafty. They're going to be very cold in the wintertime. And then I see they have an air conditioner. So in this summertime, it's not going to be holding in the cool all that well. There's a reason why they're gonna, why we're taking them out. We're gonna go talk to the homeowners in a bit here. One thing I like to point out on these types of windows is the drain holes. You can see there's just these two small little holes. You could barely fit a paper clip through there. Those are gonna clog so easily that there's no way that anyone cleans these out. So it could lead to more issues. Ecoline's got the big holes, and that's something that helps to drain water. That's what they're there for. Why would you put these tiny little holes in there? It's beyond me. So we'll go around and check some more windows out and see what we can find.
You can do it. Nah?
The ladder's too... He's light. I'm worried that it's gonna fall on me.
Nah, I think this ladder
Doesn't
can
meet the ladder
handle more weight
What's
than
that?
you.
Looking at this window in a bedroom here, you can see that the seals are starting to become quite brittle and starting to break apart. That'll eventually lead to seal failure. This slider's really hard to move, not wanting to go back and forth very easily. This is a very entry-level kind of builder's grade vinyl window. Given the age of the house, these are not going to be very energy efficient at all. And eventually, if these were not to be replaced, they would eventually have seal failure, and then you'd have the fogging happening, and then it no longer get to enjoy your view. So that's why this one is probably coming out, and I'm assuming the rest of the windows have the same type of situation going on. Okay, today I brought my thermal imaging camera with me today. We can see we got our tech here. He's running at about, let's see, about 30 degrees. So he's very hypothermic. This obviously isn't 100% precise in terms of measuring body temperature, but we're going to be using it to check for areas of heat loss. And you can see that this window inside the room, we're about 21 degrees or so. And the window itself is about 16 in the coldest spots. In the coldest spots, it's actually reading 12.8 degrees. So there's quite a substantial difference in between the temperature of the window and the actual room temperature. So when we replace it with a newer Ecoline window, we're going to be able to measure that difference. And I'd imagine it's going to be probably 4 to 5, maybe even higher degrees difference in temperature, which is a massive difference when you combine that with all the windows that you're changing out. So you can see that this window is very cold. The insulation seems fairly adequate. There's no signs of any areas where there's insulation missing or it's been compressed in the actual walls. So that kind of what this thermal imaging camera is going to show us. So when we switch out the window, we'll see what it looks like afterwards. So we're taking our window out. You can see it's actually coming in parts. First, we're taking out the vinyl framing. Take that all out in one piece. And then we got our insulation, our bad insulation inside the actual, in between that frame and the actual jamb. No good, don't like it, nothing good about it. It's very squished, compressed, not doing a very good job at creating any sealing up of the air gaps. So this becomes drafty, and this is one of the primary reasons why these windows are getting replaced. It's not like the glass is broken or that there's seal failure right away. It's because the rooms are cold and people are uncomfortable, and this is one of the primary reasons. So when we combine that, a new Ecoline triple pane window with a high density spray foam insulation, then you've done it right. This is not the right way to do it. Never was and never will be. So another thing I wanted to mention is we are dealing with vinyl frame windows. These are nail fin installation. It's a typical way vinyl windows are installed. Aluminum windows, back in the 70s, 80s, were installed during new construction. So we actually have to cut out, that's why you hear all that sawing, cut out the actual nail fin around it. Also that little plastic flange, we need to cut it all the way around before we can pull the window out. In a wood window with a brick mold, we're able to just pull the molding off around the outside of the window and then just kind of push the window out. This is a different type of insulation. So if we were gonna have to replace a nail fin window with another nail fin window, now we have to cut out the actual around the siding, cut off all the siding and all that excess, trim it all off, then pull the window out that way so that we get all of that flange off, because we're going to reinstall with a nail fin. Today we're doing a brick mold style installation, so we're not going to have to worry about that. It's going to be a lot faster, and it's a cold morning, so we don't want to leave this room exposed to the elements for too long. So once we get this window out, we can pop a new one in within 20 minutes or so. And then we're done with that one. We can move on to the next room and then go on from there. So it just keeps the house a little bit more comfortable. If we were doing this for days and days, like some other window companies would be doing, if they have to do the nail fin style replacement, the house is going to be freezing. You're going to go to bed and you'll still be freezing. And then the windows you're installed might not be as the same quality, and it's all for nothing.
He's alive.
Now I have a tail.
He's alive.
I've never seen this in my life. He's trimming off his broom bristles with a grinder. This is one way of saving money. I guess we're high inflation. We got to cut costs somewhere. So this is how we do it. This is how we do it in 2024. Hey, Chris. Now that's a nice level.
The big, long
leg
level.
Taller than you, Chris. Okay, we're just waiting for our new window to come in here. Not a lot really to see today in terms of exciting things like rot and deterioration and mushrooms growing in the wall and mold and all that kind of stuff. These openings are in good shape. This is, it's a good thing for the homeowner. It's a good thing for the installers. They don't have to pry out all kinds of rotten wood and everything like that. So it's an easy day for them in that aspect. We just put down our 3M flashing. We discussed how that it protects the sill from any future leaks if there ever was to happen. Just allows the moisture to dry without damaging the wood. So, you know, we're just waiting. That's all we're doing right now. Everything looks really good on this side, and we'll wait for the window.
You need a whip,
Double whip.
double whip. Yeah, okay. What's going on here?
We are shimming the window
Again,
so that we're gonna get it nice and square. We have a nice gap where we can fit our low density spray foam nozzle.
low density.
Low
Mhm.
density.
Good job.
Low density. And then once that's shimmed and it's level and it's plumb and it's tevel and it's square, then we're gonna screw it in place. Once the screws are in, then we seal. Then we put our casing back on. Then we can caulk the outside, and then that's it. In this case, I think the homeowners elected to reuse the original casing around the windows. I prefer the PVC casing because you don't have to worry about painting it over time or damaging it. And if it's damaged, then it's easy to replace it. So I prefer the vinyl casing for sure. It's what I would put in my house. But not everyone, some people like the more traditional wood look, so that's fine too. But you know, just over time, you need to do a little bit more maintenance to it. So it's whatever people prefer, but my preference is definitely the vinyl. This is my kind of level. Look at that. Ingenuity. Take a big level, turn it into a small one. Easy to transport, still works. Big time, big time. I love it.
Give it back.
No, mine now. Thank you. I should have brought my catching net with me today, just in case we need it.
They just need a scaffold.
It's not that far. Not that high. All right, we got our guy up on the roof there, and he's applying the caulking around the perimeter of the window. Applying a nice bead. Looks like he's doing a good job. Nice and safe. Bonus points for the safety. So our window is installed. We have our low density spray foam just put in place. We're gonna let it cure, and then we'll put our casings back on. But in the meantime, we can actually measure the temperatures coming off the window and then in the room. So it's cooled down in the room since we've been putting in the window. So the actual room temperature is around 15 degrees, and our window is sitting at about 13 or 14 degrees. So only about a 1.5 degree difference, whereas earlier I think we were at 21 and the window was at 13. So like an 8 degree difference between the temperature of the room and the temperature of the window. So you can see that even just when we install it, instant results. This is what we want. Now that this window is there, it's letting in light, it's doing all the things that we want, but it's not a hole in the wall like an old window is. So it's not going to leak. And it's going to be really, the thermal efficiency is insane. So really happy with what I like to see here. If I went around to all the other windows, see the same results. Every single house we go to, same results, which is great. Okay, so we're just wrapping up things here. Still have a few other windows to do, but we saw a lot of windows coming out, and we saw one get installed. We went over the flashing that's in place now, shimming the window, air sealing from the inside, and then caulking the outside. And we saw that thermal difference immediately as soon as we had a new window in place, and the difference it's going to make in the room and how comfortable it's going to be going forward. We'll just keep going along like that, and we'll catch you at the next one.